Stephen A. Smith joins us. He has long been a guy. And Stephen A., I don't know if you were able to hear my conversation with Pascal, but one of the things he said was, okay, well then I'll just let you know, one of the points he made was that he said there's no pressure tonight. And I said, how do you make game one of the NBA Finals a no pressure situation? But he was spectacular. Gasol was great, and he was great on the defensive end. What was your impression of the way this game was won? Is it a Raptors defense? Is it Siakam? For you, the headline here is what?
Well, I think it was the combination of the Raptors defense and the fact that Andre Iguodala was absolutely no factor whatsoever offensively. He was helping to play good defense on Kawhi Leonard, but offensively, he was a no-show, and that's not something that you can bank on for the Golden State Warriors to win a championship. Toronto's defense was absolutely exceptional. Pascal Siakam hit 14 of 17 shots, got open on the break, got some baskets on the break, but also was driving to the basket with vigor, was trying to make things happen. Marc Gasol came in the game. When he was in the game, Nick Nurse made sure to get him the basketball. He scored 20 points, hit 6 of his 10 shots. But the key thing for me is Toronto's size, their ability to switch, and their ability to double obviously was a very, very significant factor. When Golden State doubled Kawhi Leonard, other guys stepped up. When the Toronto Raptors doubled Steph Curry, virtually no one stepped up. Klay Thompson may have had 21 points, may have hit 8 of 17 shots and what have you, but where was anybody else? Iguodala wasn't making shots. Draymond Green wasn't making shots. Obviously, there was no one else to speak of that was really making shots for the Golden State Warriors, and I expected Andre Iguodala, a person that was going to have a multitude of open shots available to him, to be more of an offensive factor. He was not. And that was very, very surprising. So as far as I'm concerned, that was obviously a big factor. You're going to have to get some help for Steph Curry and Klay Thompson in order to win this series.
Toronto is a team that clearly has played its best basketball in these last 5 games. They found something against Milwaukee. They rode it to these finals. And now, riding the emotion of an incredible crowd, they play a great game. How sustainable, Stephen A., do you feel like what we saw tonight was? Because we know how drastically things can change. But do you feel like tonight is a repeatable performance for the Raptors?
Well, I don't think it's a repeatable performance if Golden State is making shots. Remember, I just pointed out how Steph Curry had 34 points, hit all 14 of his free throws. You look at Klay Thompson, he contributed 21 points.
Right.
Nobody else really stepped up and provided anything offensively, and they were still within striking distance within the last 5 minutes of the game.
Agreed.
So take that into consideration, understanding that, again, can you rely on Pascal Siakam to score 32 points? I don't think so. Can you rely on Marc Gasol to score 20 points? I don't think so. But I do think the key is, number one, you can depend on the 15 points that Van Vliet gave you, and you can depend on somebody else giving you some kind of offensive contribution, which basically means if you're the Golden State Warriors, somebody has to step up on the offensive side of the ball and help out Steph and Klay. Give me about 15 points, whether you're Iguodala, you're Livingston, you're Looney, anybody that you can find. Well, give me something offensively.
Well, they got a guy that wears number 35 that, if he can put the jersey on at some point, obviously changes things drastically. I mean, when and if. I wonder, Stephen A., I mean, look, he came with him, and all I could do was connect the dots in my mind and think, well, maybe this means he's available for game 2 if necessary. I mean, tonight showed that was necessary. I wonder, and I'm only guessing and talking out loud to you, whether this ramps up the desire for Golden State to say, look, can you give us something tonight? Do you think that conversation takes place? No?
No, not before Game 2. I think it could potentially take place before Game 3 at the Oracle next Wednesday, but I don't think it's necessary to take place before then. I think if somebody had hit shots tonight other than Steph Curry and a little bit from Klay Thompson, other than those two, if somebody had hit shots, I think Golden State still would have won this game. So I think you come back for Game 2 understanding that somebody needs to provide something offensively, get out, practice, shoot 200, 300 jump shots a day for all I care. Figure out something to make a contribution on the offensive side of the ball, and I think they will be fine. But let's not disrespect Toronto. They're obviously a great team. They're a great defensive team. They've got size. They've got athleticism. They know how to play collective defense. These guys know what they're doing. But Golden State had its opportunities despite everything that I'm pointing out about how great Toronto's defense was. It still were in striking distance. It's just that nobody really showed up to help out Steph and Klay. That simple.
All right, think of this last answer as a tweet. You only have but 200 characters. How good was the environment that you were in tonight in Toronto?
Electric. inside and outside. Actually, outside was better than inside, and inside was electric. That good enough for you?
Perfect. Hit send. See you in the morning. Thank you, Stephen A. Appreciate you.
All right, my man.